Hey, we were so excited. Roxy was so excited that Julia understood Ivan's plan. Oh my gosh, that was just amazing that she connected all those dots and put all that together. Wasn't that something, Roxy? That was really something. And so now apparently that whole big puzzle is on the billboard. We're kind of interested to see what Mac's reaction will be when he comes to work and sees the billboard has changed. What do you think? What do you think, Roxy? I know it's pretty exciting. So we will see. Our biggest question probably is, will Ivan's plan work? So the first subtitle is called "The Next Morning, I Watch Mac's Car Slam to a Halt in the parking lot. He leaps out. He stares at the billboard. His jaw is open. He doesn't move for a long time. Next subtitle is called Mad Human. Uh-oh. A mad gorilla is loud. But a mad human can be loud too, especially when he's throwing chairs and turning over tables and breaking the cotton candy machine. That might not have gone over very well, that new billboard, huh? Next subtitle, though, is called Phone Call. Mac is kicking a trash can across the food court when the phone rings. He answers it, red-faced and sweating. "What the?" he demands. He glares at me. "I don't know what you're," he starts to say. But then he stops to listen. "Who? Julia who?" he asks. "Oh, sure, George's kid." "She's the one who called you?" More talking. With the phone to his ear, Mac comes closer to my cage, eyeing me suspiciously. Yeah, he says. "He paints, sure. We've been selling his art for quite a while now." There's another long pause. "Yeah, absolutely. It was my idea." "Yeah, right." Mac nods. A smile starts at the corners of his mouth. "Photos? No problem. You want to see him in action? Come on down, take a look. We're open 365 days a year. Can't miss us. We're right off I-95. Mac picks up the overturned trash can. "Yeah, I think he'll be adding more pictures. It's, what do you call it? A work in progress?" When the phone call is done, Mac shakes his head. "Impossible," he says. An hour later, a man with a camera comes to take my picture. He's from the local paper, the one Julia called. Wow. "How about you take one with me and that elephant?" Mac suggests. He drapes his arm around Ruby's back, grinning as the camera clicks. "Perfect," the man says. "Perfect," Mac agrees. Next subtitle is "A Star Again?" A photo of my billboard is in the newspaper. Mac tapes the story onto my window. Each day, more curious people arrive. They park in front of the billboard. They point and shake their heads. They take photos. And then they come into the mall and buy my paintings. And while the visitors watch, I dip my hands in fresh buckets of paint. I make pictures for the gift shop and pictures to add to the billboard. Trees with birds, a newborn elephant with glittering black eyes, a squirrel, a blackbird, a worm. I even paint Bob so he can be on the billboard too. I can tell he likes pictures, although he says I didn't quite capture his distinguished nose. Every afternoon, Mac and George add my new pictures to the billboard, and people slow their cars while they work. Drive and honk and wave. My gift shop pictures now cost $65 with frame. Next subtitle is The Ape Artist. I have new names. People call me the Ape Artist, the Primate Picasso. I have visitors coming from morning till night, and so does Ruby. But nothing has changed for her. Every day at 2, 4, and 7, Ruby plods through the sawdust with Snickers on her back, and every night she has bad dreams. "Bob," I say after I've soothed Ruby to sleep for a story, "my idea isn't working. And Bob opens one eye. Be patient. I'm tired of being patient, I say. Next subtitle is called Interview. This evening, a man and a woman come to interview Mac and also George and Julia. The man has a large and heavy camera packed on his shoulder. He films me as I make my pictures. He films Ruby in her cage, her foot roped to the bolt in the floor. Mind if I take a look, he asks. Mac waves a hand. Be my guest. While Mac and the woman talk, the cameraman walks through the mall. He pans his camera right and left and up and down. Uh-oh. And when his eye falls on the claw stick, he stops. He trains his camera on the gleaming blade, and then he moves on. Uh-oh. The next subtitle is called The Early News. Mac turns on the TV. We are on the early news at 5 o'clock. Bob says, don't let it go to your head. There we all are, Mac, Ruby, and me, and George and Julia, and the billboard and the mall and the ring, and, you hear this? Claw stick. Wow. Next subtitle is called Signs on Sticks. What do you think of that? In the morning, several people gather in the parking lot. They're carrying signs on sticks. The signs have words and pictures on them. One of them has a drawing of a gorilla cradling a baby elephant. I wish I could read. Next subtitle, Protesters. More people come with signs today. They want Ruby to be free. Uh-oh. Some of them even want Mac to shut down the mall. And in the evening, George and Mac talk about them. Mac says they're protesting the wrong guy. He says they're going to ruin everything, he says. Thanks for nothing, George. Mac stomps off. George, holding his mop, watches him leave. He rubs his eyes. He looks worried. Dad, Julia says, looking up from her homework, you know what my favorite sign was? George asks, which one? The one that says, elephants are people too. George gave her a tired smile. He goes back to work. His mop moves across the empty food court like a giant brush, painting a picture no one will ever see. Next subtitle is called Check Marks. A tall man with a clipboard and a pencil comes to visit. He says he's here to inspect the property. He doesn't say much more, but he makes many check marks on the paper. He looks at my floor, check. He examines Ruby's hay, check. He eyes our water bowls, check. Mac watches him, scowling. Bob is outside, hiding near the dumpster. He does not want to be a check mark. Next subtitle is Free Ruby. Every day there are more protesters and cameras with bright lights, and sometimes the people carrying signs shout, Free Ruby, Free Ruby. Ivan, Ruby asks, why are those people yelling my name? Are they mad at me? They're mad, I say, but not at you. A week later, the inspecting man comes back with a friend, a woman with smart dark eyes like my mother's. She has a white coat on and she smells like lobelia blossoms. Her hair is thick and brown and the color of a rotten branch, teeming with luscious ants. She watches me for a long time, and then she watches Ruby. She talks to the man. They both talk to Mac. The man gives Mac a sheet of paper. Mac covers his face. He goes to the office. Slams the door. Wow. Any thoughts? Time to talk. That's the end of this reading. Yikes. Maybe Ivan's plan is working. What do you think? We'll find out.